But first, everybody, we want to begin with a Studio 11 exclusive. A story about family reunification that turned tragic. A child was rescued from neglect and abuse by a loving foster family. Then Child Protective Services ordered her to be returned to her birth mother. Now that mother is being arraigned for the child's death. We're talking about Tori Sandoval. She was just 2 years old when she died last April. Her autopsy showed she died from hypothermia, severe dehydration, and malnutrition. Before she died, her foster parents sent a letter to Child Protective Services, and I believe it was the agency that sent the letter to Child Protective Services, warning that Tori's birth mother was a danger to Tori. The environment was a danger. Take a look at her. Joining me now to share their story, Tori's foster parents, Kelly and Terry Sedgwick, and they are joined by our legal expert, Robin Sachs, who brought this story to us as well. And I know it was difficult to just see Tori, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Kelly.
That was good until I saw the video.
Yeah, I know. Now tell us. Tori came to you when she was about 10 months old. She had been in foster care. She was taken from her birth mother right away. You formed a bond with her. What did you hope for you and Tori?
We were just hoping that whatever the process ended up, that we were willing to adopt her if reunification wasn't possible. Yeah. But if we fell in love with her the minute. I mean, she was no different than our biological son or all the other kids that we've had.
Yeah. Now, what happened? How did you find out that Tori was going to be taken from you?
They had a court date on September 1st, and I was there with the founder of the agency that sent the letter, and they returned her back to her birth mom and birth dad. And
I want to bring in Robin here. Robin, the agency director was worried. What was she worried about if Tori went back to be with her mom and the mom's boyfriend?
Well, the dynamic in Tori's home before she left foster care and even well after was a home of domestic violence, and this was a home where there was much abuse, and you always worry from the perspective of a foster care agency or anybody who cares on behalf of children that children who are exposed to repeated violence are going to be potentially in danger themselves, right. And also they're so busy, mom's so busy protecting themselves from their own life.
So this letter goes to the judge. This letter goes to the Department of Children and Family Services. Does anybody pay attention to the warning that's sent that says, "Hey, we're worried this child is going to be in a..." Terry,
not at all. No one paid attention to the letter or Kelly's and I's cries for help to protect Tori.
Why not? Why would you think that a judge wouldn't pay attention, wouldn't listen to you?
Well, the judge is definitely, they're kind of untouchable, which is kind of a frustrating thing. But, I mean, even the social workers, I pleaded with the social worker and Tori's attorney. She had her own minors counsel, and I pleaded and begged before they even returned her.
This is the problem. Within the dependency court, within the family court system, there is a overreaching goal of making sure that there's family reunification.
Right.
And not that that's a bad thing. I mean, I support biological parents.
When it's healthy.
When it's healthy. But in this case, what the court did and what the Department of Children and Family Services advocated for was the return of the biological reunification of the family at the risk and expense of Tori's life.
And this was, Terry, you pointed out that we should tell everybody that Tori was the 9th child born to this woman. Yes. The 9th child. And you told me the only one unable to speak for herself.
Yeah, she couldn't speak or defend for herself, and no one stood up for her.
She was born into foster care, though, Jeff. I mean, from the very beginning, this wasn't we took her home from the hospital to live in this loving, wonderful home. This was, you're coming to the hospital, go into foster care because your home from the minute you're born is already in danger.
And she was taken from her foster parents, the two of you, your home. You have a home.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But she was not taken to a home. She was taken to a shelter, a homeless shelter, right? Yeah. So DCFS took her from your home to a homeless shelter merely because the biological mother was there, and it was an abusive relationship, and nobody took the time to check that out and to find out if it was an abusive relationship she was going into?
Right. I mean, they decided that a homeless shelter, even that in of itself, to be with mom. How about visitation? How about having some arranged time together? No one was saying, or transition period.
So she was neglected, dehydration, malnutrition, and she died. And now what's going to happen?
Well, right now, fortunately, the best part of this story, of this tragedy,
if there is one,
and there's not, but if there is to be one today, both the biological mom and the mom's boyfriend were charged with murder as well as child endangerment charges, and they're facing arraignment, which is going to be in March 22nd, I believe. And what's nice resolution, at least here, is that for the first time that I can think of, not only are we blaming or holding accountable DCFS in the courts, but they're actually taking action. The DA's office has done a magnificent job by holding the actual parents responsible.
Well, I hope it sends a message to other parents. I hope it sends a message, frankly, to other judges.
Absolutely.
Yes.
To the department itself.
Yes.
You know, this was clearly a mistake. Whether they were right at the time, it seems to be. Am I wrong, Robin? It seems
You're
to be a
absolutely
mistake.
right. But these parents, too, need to be held responsible. I mean, the fact of the matter is they advocated for the return. This mother said, I want my child back, knowing that she was going to put her baby, her 9th baby, she's now since had 2 more, by the way. So she has 11 children who now, right now, because they're in jail right now, are now all left to go to the foster care system.
And thank you, everybody, but I just want to take the, 20 seconds to say you formed a foundation. What is it?
We've started TorisTorch.com, and our goal is just not to let another baby die like ours. So, and we're just trying to it's called Giving Foster Children a Voice. So we just want, everybody just needs to look after the best interest of the child. Yeah. All parties involved.
Kelly and Terry Sedgwick, thank you. We're very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good fighting.
Thank you.
All right. Robin, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.